Afternoon, everybody. This is JM2 with USA Crypto Group, and today we're going to be reintroducing the project BlockBlend. So if anybody doesn't know about it, this is essentially an anonymous blender for up to 6 different cryptocurrencies. They're also going to be soon offering the chance of doing escrow services, which is basically a trusted trade. So think of it as a realtor for houses, but for crypto. You don't know the other person on the other side, so they're going to be your safety net. Anyways, we're going to be talking with both Osman and Roger today. And can you guys give us a little background about the project? You don't have to go too deep since you've been here, but just a little bit about what you're doing, and then let's roll with some of the updates.
Okay, it's our main utility cross-chain anonymous mixer, as you mentioned, is our main selling point for the project, and it's like working like a common bridge, except the all transaction you make will be anonymous between your wallets, and it's gonna cut the transaction, the traceability of the transaction for the wallets, and you'll have a fresh wallet, right? That's our main utility. Since day one, we had 4 blockchain intact with the application, so you could just intermingle your tokens between Ethereum, BSC, AVAX, and Matic. After first week, we asked community which blockchain they would like to add, and they came up with the Crow blockchain. So we added it right after a week of launch. And now after 2 more weeks, we are coming out with the Phantom, right? We already did today, and it's been announced. So now we are supporting 6 blockchains. So you can send and receive your tokens anonymously between the 6 blockchains. And all you gotta do is just specify the wallet you're gonna receive your tokens from. And then you just send, just press mix, and there's going to be address generated for you, and you just send up to 50 BNB, and you receive whichever blockchain you want in the end. And there's no connection. That's our another difference that we have between us and our competitors like Tornado Cash. You don't have to connect your wallet. It's we are the first to come up with this, so it's important to mention. It adds another security layer that's so unnecessary for a wallet to connect to internet unnecessarily, and it creates a risk of being exploited. And we just take it away from the platform, and you can only press mix, and you're gonna send your tokens to the generated address, and you'll receive them without connecting or reconnecting to receive your tokens. So far we've been non-stop developing, and we decided to go to Ethereum blockchain. So we're gonna have a bridge. You'll be able to buy and sell BlockBlend tokens on Ethereum blockchain as well. We did it mainly to attract more Ethereum whales and Ethereum investors, of course, because they are the main investors who are looking for this type of DeFi, and they are mostly the ones who actually using this type of cross-chain bridge. Potentially they are better investor. There's a better investor base in the Ethereum blockchain, so we decided to go ahead and bridge our project to the Ethereum blockchain, and it's going to happen really soon as well. Apart from that, we had since launch 2 farming pools that are being fed by every single transaction, buy and sell for the project's tokens, 1 to 2%, and farming pools were getting tokens from that. Also, we have fees getting collected. 50% of the fees collected from the application's usage were getting into the farming pools for the people to enjoy the rewards from there as they stake. We had one 90-day pool, 30-day staking, and we had 7-day one for 21 days total. And the 7-day ended. We came up with the BNB BBL liquidity pool farming, and it's pretty right now. It's pretty profitable to go for, because not many people using it yet. It's been 2 days since launch of this pool, and we're gonna add another pool instead of the 7-day one. It's gonna be 90-day lock staking. Of course, there's a emergency withdrawal fee for 15% if they wanna withdraw early, but it's gonna be a 90-day pool, and it's gonna launch tomorrow. I'm not sure exact time, but it's gonna be tomorrow. And of course, people wanna lock for a long time. They'll enjoy the rewards farming with this 90-day pool, and the duration of the pool will be 270 days. Apart from that, we have Escrow utility in the making, still testing, like you mentioned. So I'm not gonna go deep into that, but it'll be also another utility, like how you have the launch button on the website. We'll also have usage for the Escrow utility, and we also are implementing right now the white label utility. Actually, we're in talks with a couple of the projects that we seem fit to our narrative, right? And we actually have a deal with one of them right now, and we're just making sure everything is smooth before we apply our API to their platform, right? I'm not going to mention the names yet of the projects that we're going to collaborate with, because in the end, they are buying this API from us to use like theirs. So we're not like advertising the projects, but we'll definitely mention that we collaborated with the projects, how many of them, as long as we get new collaborations. Apart from white label, we again in the works for an anonymous swap, which you will be able to swap your tokens anonymously through PancakeSwap. This is also our developer's idea, and he started developing it about 2 weeks ago. I guess this is going to be ready sometime soon too. So there are a lot of new application and new development happening. Apart from the farming pools, Ethereum bridge, we have 2 more applications on the way, like anonymous swap and Escrow. And again, of course, in the near future, we'll have maybe liquidity locker and token vesting contracts for other projects, so they can use our platform to lock their tokens and liquidity, and vesting for their investors, right? And the API for white label is almost ready, like I mentioned. Apart from that, we are still gonna look for different blockchains and add it to cross-chain utility. So we'll be actually one in this market. When people think about anonymity in the blockchain or mixing tokens, we're gonna be well, Tornado Cash is already there because they were first, but we are soon planning to be with the right audience and the right marketing. With our investor base is already really good for that, for organic growth and marketing, like people like your group, and we have other groups joined later on, and they see the potential in the project, and they kept shilling it to the right platforms, and therefore we are getting new investors who knows the potential, and therefore staying with us, which is really important for the growth right now. And that's what we are trying to do, just take it slow. Like our Dev mentioned, we're not trying to push like hardcore marketing, and like in the beginning of every token, usually we had that pump and dump, but then we are in a good price range right now. It's amazing the growth actually till the 6 million market cap. If you just negate that 10 million down from drop from panic selling from there, usually by people who wants to take quick profit, of course, and people who entered without any knowledge to the project, same way they quit, right? Whether they win or lose. But we've been saying from day one, it's going to be a long-term project, and I'm pretty confident people who will have the patience and trust with the application and the utility we have with this DeFi, they'll make their money, and much more than, of course, they expected in near future. I would say, and in 6 months, that's my, of course, expectation. But from from anybody who joined the project today and next month, and so they'll all be making quite a bit, as far as I'm concerned, because we didn't even try pushing the marketing, right, a lot. We're really focusing on the developing, as you might see, right? We're not like just talking. From day one, we've been just coming up with the new stuff, and we are ahead of our roadmap. So once we have all these and get the right audience with the right marketing, and then we'll start really growing really fast. But first, we really want to create this price support at around 10 million market cap. From there, we're going to start slowly, then we're going to go faster with the marketing, because like we discussed with the community, we have the marketing funds already. We'll be starting to fund the marketing after 10 million market cap. We just want the organic growth till then. Apart from that, we have a referral system intact already, and with certain YouTubers, we're sharing it so they can share it with their audience, and they get to use it through the mixer, and that way we don't have to pay the YouTuber again. They can just mention us here and there for their own profit, and also that brings us more people to use the utility, and gives them a potential gives us a potential investor base. And apart from that, I guess I mentioned everything. We have audit done, KYC by the launchpad, and since day one we have a working product. So I can take any questions apart from these updates about the pools and etc.
Yeah, so before we do that, thank you for the breakdown of all the updates, but I really want to make sure that everybody in here is understanding, because we do have new people coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure we're doing you guys justice with your explanation. So I want to go back to your guys' Blender, which is your original product that you guys have released. So this is basically in direct competition with Tornado Cash, which is huge. I think they're around what, $43 a token.
Yeah,
so if you think about what BlockBlend is offering right now, there is an amazing potential for growth in your project. So Tornado Cash, they only do straight Ethereum, and they transfer from one wallet to another. But I think the thing that's really special about BlockBlend is the fact that you guys not only do a transfer, but you do it for less than 1%, which is a very minimal cut. Not to mention, you guys have the timelines that you can set up. So if you want to do a 15-minute, 30-minute, 2-hour, 1 day, you can make the parameters longer. And the reason that's important to think about is the longer you set a time limit for the blend, the more anonymous it's going to be. So what that means is you have thousands and thousands and thousands of transactions going through. So for someone to track that, it's going to take years to try and figure that out, if even that, because there's so many things. Yeah. Yes. So the other part of the blending that's really impressive is it doesn't just put it to one wallet like Tornado Cash. You can do up to 5 different wallets, which increases the anonymity huge.
It is going to be implemented too. It's not yet online. Yeah.
So I just want people to think about that and understand why it's important and why your Blender service is so much better. So that, like you said, that's doing Ethereum. You got Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, you got now the Phantom token as of today, Chronos. You guys have so many different options that you can do. So if you guys are having a hard time doing a cross chain to Chronos, check out BlockBlend. If you have questions, the admins are always in there and they're very helpful. So is there anything else you'd like to add about the Blender? I just
Like
wanted
you
to make sure
mentioned,
to
there
hand.
are, of course, there are a few competitors out there that use a different method, like you said, to provide privacy transaction. Their method requires, like I mentioned, you to connect your wallet to the internet unnecessarily with their platform, and also with their method, the intended recipient will have to claim their tokens, right? Like imagine if your device is compromised and the script to claim is hijacked, you lose your funds. With our platform, it's not the case. You just specify your receiving address, then you send your tokens to the address generated, and you do not need to connect your wallet. So we excel on from our competitors already. Their market cap hit 2 billion, right around there, and with our utility, it's being much better than them. We should just, I have no worry we're gonna have a price bottom support around 100 million sometime soon, after the marketing out there. Even if we inform like these Tornado Cash users, they'll be hopping in to this project after the Ethereum, of course, bridge. We're gonna push more marketing about that. And of course, like not to forget the game changer feature here for the BlockBlend multi-cross chain anonymous transaction. We are the first to come up with this in the mixing, crypto mixing space. Like you mentioned, the Tornado Cash only does Ethereum to Ethereum. We were already supporting 4. Now we have 6 blockchains. You can use it as a bridge, and it's going to be anonymous. Also, it's cheaper than Tornado Cash already, less than 1% fees being collected. We also do not send your funds from a contract wallet like Tornado Cash, which are known addresses. So if you use Tornado Cash, people will still know this person used Tornado Cash, because you'll know the contract address that's being sent that sent your tokens to the new wallet. With us, you will receive your funds from one of the hundreds of pre-blended treasury wallets. You will not need to wait longer than your set timer to receive your blended funds, like you would if Tornado Cash didn't have enough volume. You will have to wait for other people to transact their tokens so they can then execute a transaction to your new wallet. With our case, we already have treasury wallets, liquidity waiting for you inside. So as soon as your specified period is done, you'll be getting your tokens from a brand new wallet, and nobody will be able to know if you ever mixed your tokens at all. So we are not the first to provide privacy transactions here. However, we are doing it with much higher standards and lots of additional security measures intact. And our low fees and the way the application carries out the processes to mix your assets is much more untraceable, right? So yeah, we're definitely better than all other competitors we have right now. All we need to do is just slowly grow and get this price floor steady. From there, once we hit the marketing harder, I'm pretty sure we're gonna take off real fast.
Definitely. And the final point I wanted to hit on from what Osman was talking about was one of those main larger competitors just recently had an article come out that is basically saying they are tracking the wallets. And if they believe you're in nefarious activities or something they don't agree with, they will report you. So the fact that everything is 100% anonymous on here, that is fantastic. So another portion of that is if your wallet's anonymous and it's not connected to a country or anything like that, look what's happening in Russia right now. There are civilians that have nothing to do with war, but their accounts are being locked out just because they're in the country. With BlockBlend, you are anonymous and you have the ability to still make crypto transactions and interact using Wi-Fi and other methods. So that's something to think about. You can even think about the Canadian trucker thing where they froze all their accounts so they could no longer protest. This is going to change the space. So those are just a couple of use cases that provide ample, justification for why you should have it. And also, like Osman mentioned, it makes it so where people can't track your wallet. So let's say you do have a large sum of cryptocurrency, by transferring and breaking it down, it turns a large wallet into smaller wallets. So there's going to be less likelihood of someone putting pressure on trying to break into your account and steal your tokens.
Absolutely. And there's always sanctions coming in and out, like US enforcing more laws on crypto. Also, the new EU laws, on KYC with private wallets will mean if you transact with a self-hosted wallet, all of your transaction could be recorded and stored, right? And of course, larger transaction will be automatically reported to authorities, right? So if you want to make all transaction anonymous and just get the shackles off, you definitely want to use a mixer, whether it's us or another one. But for your privacy, for your security, you 100% after off ramping from like Binance or whatever on ramp, just getting your credit card information there, right? You definitely want to use it at least once to have a clean wallet. Then from there on, you can just invest whatever you want, right? Because even the non-custodian wallets will get KYC soon, especially in Europe. So you definitely want to just, before it comes to you, you want to be ahead of the game and use a mixer whenever you do, especially a large transaction,
Exactly. Another issue I ran into when switching from Ethereum to BSC was I had to go to multiple exchanges and transfer cryptocurrencies around before I could get it to transfer to the BSC chain. So since I had it in Coinbase and they don't have BSC, I had to go to Exodus Wallet and all these other different things. I had $500 in Ethereum transactions. That is ridiculous. So by going through you guys and using the Blender and the anonymous chains, I can do all that in one transaction with a fraction of the fees. So
Definitely.
that's another thing that you guys should really think about.
Definitely, that's another feature that you mentioned that's really good. Like we are probably right now one of the best bridge you can use, apart from being anonymous in the blockchain, right? You don't need to send your tokens to any exchange to get BSC or Ethereum or AVAX, whatever it might be, Phantom. Now you have an application. You can just send your tokens in the 6 blockchains, bridge your tokens without having to worry about fees, right? It's going to be 0.5 to 0.75% fee. And it's much less than many conventional bridge out there already. And apart from that, again, this is another utility we provide besides of anonymity. And that is definitely a first in the crypto space right now.
Fantastic. So I did want to talk a little bit more about your whitelist feature and why that's important. And then I did have a question about it as well. So I know that, sorry, white label, not whitelist. So with that, and when it's embedded into a project, I know that they get a certain percentage API and you guys split it. But how much of that percentage goes back to the pools, or is that a direct input into liquidity for the project to sustain rewards or reflections and things like that?
Depends on the project that we usually discuss about the project first, which project we're going to collaborate and so on. But right now, the basis of how it works is 50% of the fees going directly in the pool, farming pools, right? For our utilities usage, but then the rest of the 50 going on liquidity usually, and some going to developing. Apart from that, when we have the white label, other projects using our API, we're gonna get a cut, less cut from them, obviously, because we want them to make money with their platform as well. Their investors gonna go. We're gonna provide them referral codes so they can give it to their investors who wants to use the mixing utility on their platform, so they don't come to us, right, for their project. We are still having a cut from them, and apart from the initial API cost, which is going to be between usually 5 to 12 BNB whenever we sell it to another project, and they'll be using like project A's mixer, right? It's going to be theirs. It's not going to be our name is not going to be mentioned whatsoever, because that's not our purpose. We just want them to have a different utility and it's going to be easy for us to sell because this is actually an amazing utility, and we want many projects to be able to reach it easily. And as long as projects keep using it, we have a small percentage still the same. We're gonna, whatever we're getting cut from these projects, 50% of it's still going to the farming pools, but it's going to be less than people using our platform. Of course, we're going to get less fees from the projects that are using our API, essentially. It's a win-win situation, right? It's a win-win situation. People get to use more the mixer. They are using the mixer more. We're collecting fees, even though it's less fees, and it might even like cause investors to wonder and look about, because if they didn't ever use the mixer before, they can check out online. Maybe they'll actually from there meet BlockBlend, and they are going to be like, oh, this is exactly what we're using. What are they have to offer? Then they're going to see our other products like escrow service and so on, right? And token swapper, soon anonymous token swapper. And they're going to be like, oh, this is like our project, but it's even better. Maybe I should invest, right? So this is just passive marketing also. Apart from me selling the API and using this money for further our development and marketing, we're still getting liquidity from these transactions that other projects gonna when the other projects use our API with their platform, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart strategy. Kind of like what you said, it's passive income. So, did you mention that you were going to put something provided by BlockBlend or something like that just to do that? Going to be completely off the books, just the API. That's the deal.
That's why it's going to be easier for us to market this. As long as more projects using it, we are not looking like our main actual utility here is not the token, but the application itself. As long as our token holders are farming and these farming pools are being, having these tokens from an actual utility. Exactly. That'll be so sustainable and scalable for our project. More people will realize it and come in to invest to make passive income, of course. And that's what we are aiming to do. This organic growth, as long as it continues this way, it'll just exponentially grow and grow. We'll of course have some sell-off here and there, but in the end, it'll always grow. So that's what we want to aim. We want to create an ecosystem which is not dependent, on the buys and sells, but it's going to be as sustainable because of the utilities usage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. And that kind of brought up the next topic I wanted to talk about was your pools. I'm not sure if we highlighted it, but I really want to touch on that. You guys have over 50% of the tokens within the farming pools, and that is not even including what's in the new BBL BNB pair. So I'd like for you to talk about that and the amount of confidence your community has in your project to be able to put that much capital within a pool where it's locked for a certain period of time.
Definitely. We had the 7-day and the 30-day locked ones. 7-day just ended. Actually, we had 58% of the total supply. It was locked in these pools. Since the 7-day one ended and the BBL BNB pair doesn't show the actual staked amount right now, I think it's about 53% still. So even the people who unstaked from the 7-day pool due to the pool duration ending, they still use their BNB and BBL pair to provide liquidity and stake their liquidity pool tokens with our platform to gain a high API. APY is right now for the BNB and BBL pair is about 1300%, right? And the duration is 30 days. So people coming in the project and staying for a while and learning about it will definitely have the trust. And I not just will had the trust, as you can see with the liquidity pools we provided. They are getting their passive income due to these pools, and they know the utility will provide more, and they don't really care about the amount, the the duration anymore. Like we're gonna start with 90-day pool soon, which is gonna be tomorrow, and we'll see probably 58% again. Like another 10% gonna come into these pools because people are waiting with their BBL in their wallets unstaked from the 7-day pool for the 90-day pool, most of them, and some of them already staked in the 30-day pool. We just want this price floor, you know, not move too much. So new investor coming in will question why, right? Why the project have this price floor? Let me check. As long as they get right information from our project, via admins and community members, they'll want to stay. They'll want to stake. And as we grow, more people come in, see the crazy APY and crazy amount of people locking their tokens. They'll know the sustainability and they'll invest too. And comes back to my first point, we will create the sustainability. Therefore, the growth is going to be continuous with the project. So that's that was our main purpose, and it's working so far. And as long as we get our utility to more using the white label and of course the marketing with our project itself, we'll keep funding these pools for the rewards of our investors, and therefore we're gonna have more people coming in on and on, hopefully.
Awesome. Thank you for the further breakdown. I did want to hit you up on the support referral for you guys. So with that, I do have a concern. I think it's a really great passive income idea, but the issue I have with it is going to be what happens if those users, so let's say you get a really big time call channel. I know you guys don't use call channels, but I'm just going to give an example. If you have a large call channel and they get, let's say, $100,000 worth of purchases in 2 days, do you guys have like a weekly limit because they get a certain percentage of those tokens bought? So how can you prevent those people from potentially dumping on the chart?
Yeah, it's actually usually amount of times they can use it. Usually we give referral codes depending on the influencer and what they have to offer. Of course, it's usually 10-20 times times of transaction. Like they can't continuously use it, right? Yeah, that's what we've been doing so far with these referral codes, and we of course inform the people, influencers, and whatnot, who wants to use these referral codes for marketing, etc. We tell them how many times they can use it, and they are aware of it. Definitely, we don't want, like you said, big influencers to have a lot of funds and therefore dumping the chart. That's so with our project, it's not going to be the case.
Perfect. I'm glad you were able to break that down. It looks like Joseph in the chat is raising his hand, so he must have a question on that. So I'm going to open him up real quick. All right, you ready to speak, Joseph?
Hello, good day, bro.
Hi, Joseph.
I'm good. How about you, bro?
Thank you, man. Do you have a question?
Actually, I've been dropping. I kept on dropping a proposal on this community about promotion. Like,
oh, I see.
I got it.
Well, you can drop that in our main chat, and admins will take care of it. All right.
All right, I pulled him out. Guys, this is not a time for proposals and asking to be admins in the group. This is a time for serious questions. We have projects here. They spend a lot of time working on them. We do not want to waste their time when they're in our channel, okay? So let's make sure to keep it professional in here. With that, let's go back to your guys' cross-chain tracker and what you're doing with that, showing the daily use and how that benefits the project as well as the investors.
So of course they get to see how many investors come in and mix their tokens, right? And they'll get to see the amount. Like as we grow, they're gonna see that these these charts are going up and up, and they'll know they are farming pools getting more funds in there for them to benefit from the rewards, right? That's essentially what it is. And we didn't really provide an exact knowledge of how much money going into these pools, or chart just simply shows the volume, but it doesn't give exact numbers. This is due to the security reasons. We don't want other parties to know exactly how much liquidity going in and out in the application. But apart from that, we just wanted to highlight which tokens are being swapped the most, and the utility being used in a daily basis. And simply that was the case with the chart.
Okay, I just was seeing if you guys are using that as like a metric or analysis of what's going on, and then maybe some of the communities that you need to pitch a little bit more to, or what the complete utility of it was.
Yeah, right now it's just there to show the amount of transaction going in and out, and which blockchain is being transacted in the application the most. That's apart from that, we didn't really look into it right now. It was there just in the beginning. We weren't even planning to put it there. Then we discussed, yeah, we should have something like this, but it's there for this specific reason for now. In the future, of course, we can add more information in there to create a better usage for that kind of platform, for sure. But right now it's just showing the transactions happening and which coins are being transacted to become anonymous more than the others.
Perfect. I like that. That's very good to know that you guys are kind of looking into it and that you do have a vision. So like you said, you've already more than completed all the roadmap identified tasks. So the fact that you guys just keep on pumping out one great idea after the other, it just speaks volumes about the project developer. And I don't know when they have time to sleep, because it seems like every time I wake up every couple of days, there's like, hey, we got this. And a lot of projects, they don't have these utilities on launch. They don't have them within a month or two. So the fact that you guys have them up front and you're releasing new ones that are fully functional is very impressive. But with that, I do have a question and maybe a critique. I know that Cosmo talked about the node system. What are you guys doing to bolster that? And the reason I'm asking is right now you guys have a good amount of volume, but what are your plans for expanding when you have 10,000, 20,000 people in the community? How are we going to make sure that everybody is being taken care of, transactions are smooth? I know there's a little bit that deals with network use, but on your end, what are you guys planning for expansion to support the amount of need and use that's going to be coming in the community?
I understand the question. It's mostly about the liquidity, right? When you have many transactions on the same blockchain happening at the same time, it creates a liquidity issue because the application needs to allocate the funds to a specific blockchain. If, let's say, BSC chain having, let's say, 300 BNB worth of transaction at the same time, depending on the liquidity in the pool, BSC blockchain at the time, right? The wallets have a specific amount of BSC tokens in there to mix the incoming funds, right? And when there's like so many of them at the same time, it creates a traffic. Therefore, the first transaction needs to take place before it comes to the second one, because now the new funds needs to be allocated to the wallet for it to send out up to 40, 50 BNB, whatever. What we're trying to do here, as long as we grow, we have the development funds coming in. We're gonna add more liquidity to the pools that's being used the most, right? Which is gonna be probably BSC and Ethereum in the near future. Right now, it's already those, and it's gonna be always those, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. So we're gonna create more utility, more liquidity for the pools, and therefore we're gonna have, of course, more easier transactions without having to wait more. We might even move some liquidity from AVAX and Matic if they are not being used as much as Ethereum BSC and add it to the Ethereum and BSC. Because we are not like Tornado Cash, because we have our own liquidity pool. When we have excessive amount of transactions happening, you might have to wait like 15, 20 minutes extra than what you specified to receive your tokens for. But again, we already have, I think, enough for the amount of people using it. For now, we are like monitoring that already, and an application is designed to kind of carry out this transaction even if there's traffic. You usually don't wait more than 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. Except for Crow chain, we had some problems and we're still working on that. All the other chains were smooth. Even with the traffic, we only got complaints of 30 minutes delay for now. But like you said, if we grow, for example, to 20 million, 30 million market cap, then we're going to definitely create more liquidity in these pools. Therefore, it's going to be faster, much faster, and smooth transactions when you're using the anonymous bridge for cross-chain transactions.
Yeah, I like the fact that you guys have really built up that liquidity pool, not just from the transactions, but from the user base of the people support and trust in your project. But I would like to add another suggestion for that. With the speed being slower, would it be possible for you guys to put in something where you enhance the gas fee? So yes, BlockBlend charges under 1%, but why not have an option on the side that says, hey, I want to front run this and I'm willing to spend more money to get this transaction because I need it now. Are you guys thinking about adding that, or what's the plans in the future for that?
That is definitely actually Dev was talking about it, but of course that will be implemented. Why not? Definitely, if they want to go faster, especially for Ethereum, right? Usually slower. If they want to go faster with the transaction, they can definitely. We can definitely add that. I'll actually relay this. Like I said, we are community driven. As long as community offers something reasonable, we always try to add it, and it happens quick too. So let's see. Yeah, this might actually be implemented. Right now, we're not having too much traffic, to be honest, and liquidity is, I think, more than enough. Only some days we had like 15, 20, 30 minutes delay on Ethereum and BSC, but that's from the feedbacks, of course. That, as far as we know, we can't really track every transaction unless the person using the application gives us their generated code to track the wallet that they're gonna receive anonymous funds to. Otherwise, we don't know who's getting what and if they have a delay or so, right? We don't have other ways to locate this kind of issues other than feedbacks, because we don't store any logs and we have no knowledge of what's going on with the application apart from the people providing this info to us. But yeah, like I said, we can add these methods to get transactions faster across, so traffic gets less for the next transaction if we are having more people using the application at the same time.
Yeah, that's definitely a great feature. I think that would bring and enhance your project a whole nother level. You guys are already on a pretty high podium, so
yes.
Getting small features that really enhance everything, I think just brings you to another level. But I do think that's about it for the questions I have right now, and I would like to open it to the floor to see what other people are thinking and see if they have any inputs or questions about things they're not sure about. And I guess before I do that, do you have any screenshots or anything that you guys would like to display with your product so people can see? That would be fantastic.
I can show the platform actually, if I can.
All right, and then I know Matt.
Screen?
Yep, yeah, you should be good to go. I know Matt has a couple questions for you, so I'll let him ask while you're doing that. Yeah, no, one thing I wanted to mention wasn't really a question, but the white label system,
essentially what I'm gathering is you guys are doing for the mixer what Brew Labs has done for staking. And so not only are you doing a service that exists, but you're doing it in a better way than what's been established before. And this is the ground floor project. And it sounds like we could likely see tons of other projects coming behind you and wanting to use your service, and then they're just going to reskin, just like most other projects that use Brew Labs to reskin a staking platform. They're going to use BlockBlend to reskin whatever their token name is to where they have this nice little service. And so we're going to have exponential potential for rewards by getting in on BlockBlend now. And then I really don't think that 100 million or more market cap you're talking about, which would be over 10x from where you are right now, is possible. So just so that people can put it in the right perspective, the white label initially kind of threw me off, but now that you've explained it this way, I think take it a step further as you being the service provider for everyone else to have it, like you said, that's pretty huge. It makes it very feasible to reach the levels, not just in token value, but in sustaining the rewards that you're paying out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we want everybody to be safe on the crypto space, right? We're not just looking for funds, but of course, while we're doing this, the fund's gonna come in. As long as people realize the utility, they will want to have it in their platform, right? As long as we get to keep the projects, intact with our platform, they see us. We explain. We go have AMAs with their developers and explain the utility step by step. And once they see they can actually get a benefit out of this, they're going to come up with a new utility for their project. So why not, right? For what, 5 to 12 BNB price? That's going to bring maybe new investors to their group and project. So for us, as long as people use the utility, we get more funds for farming the pools and liquidity and so on, and we grow exponentially. Maybe it's slow growth sometimes, but if we start to take off and people get to know more about us and they know they can use API, they are going to come to us instead of we offering the service for them to buy, and they'll want to buy from us. And as long as we sell this API, we can grow faster, like you said, definitely. And I'll share
And
the
I did have
screen.
one
So,
question.
yeah.
I had one question about incentivizing the white label, and I don't know if it could actually be accomplished due to wanting to remain anonymous with certain companies. But is there a chance that maybe BlockBlend holders in general, or at least BlockBlend holders with a certain amount of holding, can be whitelisted for whatever projects want to use your white labeling service to get in on those projects as well?
That's honestly not a bad idea. I mean, it could definitely be discussed, and it could happen for sure. We are also, by the way, I didn't mention, people holding over 250,000 tokens, they get to enjoy a 35% reduction for the fees without a referral code or anything, right? And upon that, if they have a referral code, they'll technically gonna use this utility almost for free. So if they invest in the project, let's say a regular user of the mixer, they invest in the project and they buy 250,000 tokens. And if they buy even 500,000, which is around what 50 BNB or something right now, like I'm talking about whales here, of course, most of the time, and they'll be using our utility with much cheaper fees, right? These are for the regular users. And like you mentioned, with the project we collaborate, we might have whitelist opportunities and much so on to they get to meet our project, and our investors maybe go ahead and meet their project, and it could be implemented for sure. But again, these things needs to actually have if you guys just go and write these on the chat maybe, and then admins take note of that, because I can't just keep track of every question, but as far as I remember, like the transactions being faster with more gas fees, I'm gonna go talk about that. And what you said is in my mind, but definitely go in the chat and mention these things maybe, and we can go ahead and take note and try to implement whatever is gonna benefit for the future of the project for sure. Thank you for the input, by the way. And I'll share the screen and just quickly show the platform to you guys for the people who are new to the project. Like you guys see, we have, of course, farming is our main, not selling point, but to grab the investors in the platform, they want to check the farms, right? We just put it up there so people can see why it's high. They can just check the APY. They can see the locked amount here, right? 43,000 BBL. 44% of the total supply is right now locked in the 30-day pool, and there's another 67-day with this pool still going ahead. And 7 days ended. We're gonna remove this one probably soon and replace it with the 90-day pool. And people still didn't unstake their tokens, right? They are like, whatever, it can stay there till the 90-day pool. Then I'll unstake, right? They are not in a hurry. There's and most people, this was around 37, 38. Most people on stake from the 7 day already throw their BBLs in the 30-day pool. And right now we have BBL pair with 1300% APY. This is pretty good actually if people understand how to fund liquidity pool. You just create a pair BBN. Yes, why are you saying that? BNB to BBL pair, and just same amount, like 10 BNB and the 10 BNB worth of BBL. Then you just put it in the liquidity, this pair in the liquidity through PancakeSwap, and we actually provide information here. If you click how to get liquidity pool in the how to buy BBL LP tokens, you just can go ahead and look how it's going to happen by just clicking liquidity page, and you just go in liquidity here, right? And then you can just add liquidity. You just create the pair here, let's say BNB, right? In our case with the BBL. Right now I don't have it, but once you add it, you write, let's say you have 5 BNB, you write 5 BNB and the same amount of at the time of how much 5 BNB worth, it's gonna show here BBL, and then you just, after connecting your wallet, you just provide this liquidity, and then PancakeSwap gives you liquidity pool tokens, BBL LP tokens, and then they're in your wallet, right? You go back to the platform, and it'll show here how much BBL LP tokens you have now. Now you just stake that amount here, and then right now 18,597 BBL LP tokens are locked, and you just lock it here, and you just by locking the tokens there, you'll just enjoy the rewards. Right now it's pretty high because many people still don't know how to provide liquidity. I explained it's pretty simple. Again, go ahead and just click how to get BBL LP and go through these steps, and you'll see how it's done. And apart from that, our main application is right here, right? Launch app. As soon as you click here, or of course we have it here, anonymous bridge, both for the same platform. Like I mentioned, and you mentioned before, we have the BSC right now having the most transactions happening. Some days it's more than the others, and Ethereum coming after, and of course AVAX, etc. at the bottom. This is just simply to show people how much is being used without giving the exact information. Like I said, for the security reasons for the application. But we can implement more features in here to inform investors later on. We'll discuss that with the team as well. And simply, you just click any of the blockchain that you want to send your tokens from, then the receive this where do you want to receive them to. Then recipient, of course, in this case, gonna be Ethereum. So you'll have an Ethereum address, right? You'll go on and I never used MetaMask, you can say. Anyway, you just get your address here, then you click here and copy paste your address and custom. If it's custom, you don't need to connect your wallet. If it's not custom, then you have to specify how much AVAX you're gonna send for the Ethereum network, and then in this case you'll connect your wallet, right? Because you have to connect your wallet if you're specifically choosing any of these amounts here. But when you click on custom and press next, well, I didn't get a recipient here. Let's do this, guys, just a sec. Here, paste and next. So this next page here gonna show you the AVAX wallet that is generated from the platform, and you send your AVAX to here up to 1000 AVAX. And of course, this is the backup recovery key. This is only being used, this is only a proof of transaction happened in this application. Like I said, we don't keep logs with the application. We can't know unless you provide this recovery key. As long as you have the right recipient, which is the Ethereum network, and you send it to the AVAX address that is provided right now, you will 100% receive your funds. This is just, in case, you had some delay, you can provide this recovery key to the admins and they'll check on the transaction, and they might be able to give you more information about the transaction if you didn't receive it in time. But usually, like I said, the delay hasn't been more than 20-30 minutes, except for the Crow chain so far. But it's pretty clear with the interface right now. You just choose which wallet, which blockchain you want to use, send your tokens, mix your tokens, and which one you want to receive to. As long as you put the recipient address right, you'll be receiving your funds without any problems. And we have how it works here, pretty clear, the instructions as well. You can read and see. We try to keep it less wordy. That way people just don't have so much time trying to read what's going on with the platform, trying to make it clear. And then you can reach our roadmap here as well. Read about the bridge, how it works, why it's necessary, and so on. We're gonna change this. Now there's a sixth one. It's gonna be probably right up here. We just added it today, so it's still like showing 5 blockchain. But again, like you can read up and see what's going on with the farming pools and in the like white label utility, escrow service, and referrals. We try to explain everything in small details. So you can go ahead and check our website about that, and our roadmap at the bottom of the web page. And yeah, escrow is on the way, and farming pools are already there. Hopefully soon with the marketing, we'll fulfill the other milestones in the roadmap. So it's pretty much it from me. If we have any more questions, we can go ahead.
Yeah, I've got another input just from talking with you and Roger and Investomaniac. A really good highlight for you is this is purely utility based. What does that mean for you if you decide to invest in BlockBlend? That means that every transaction, if you're in the pools, a percentage of that goes back to you. So from what I've discussed previously, their goal in the end game is to get away from taxes and fees and be 100% utility based. So what that means for you as an investor, if you buy into BlockBlend, and let's say the chart is stagnant at 20 million, it doesn't matter because you're still getting rewards because you're in those pools because people are using the utility. So it's basically a double dip if you think about it. It's not just token value, but it is the utility that really pushes the project. And at the end of the day, like I said, if they're getting rid of the taxes, that means you get to buy more for less. You also get all those reflections in BBL from the usage. So that's something to think about.
Yes, definitely. We can negate all the taxes, buy and sell, and in the end, we can even possibly, if you reach like a good market cap and having a really quality application and being a really quality DeFi project in the crypto space, we can even possibly go on a good exchange, just for the people to just trade the token, apart from the utility being here for the people who are using the farming pools, etc. We can even go on the easily go on the exchanges, and from there we'll have much more volume and much like exchanges are usually good for marketing, but for me, the way I think about it, as long as it's not a big exchange, there's no point. Honestly, it's sometimes even waste of money. But we discussed it with the team. It's about community again. We reach, let's say, 25, 30 million market cap. If they want an exchange just for the trade of the token and maybe a possible small marketing, depending on the exchange we'll get listed on, we can negate these taxes and easily be listed on an exchange too. Just wanted to add that utility is there, and just creating that tax off is gonna benefit the project in the near future for sure.
So I got a question
Osman,
on
I do have a
utility.
question.
All right, which one? Seattle.
Yeah, and I got one really quick on utility. Right now, your utility rewards are in BlockBlend token. Would you consider transitioning from rewarding in BlockBlend token to maybe rewarding in BNB, so that whenever people get their rewards, they're actually taking it home and not having to sell BlockBlend in order to get their profits?
Yeah, that could happen. I was asking this to Dev, and he was like, "It's too early for doing that." So yeah, it could happen. I mean, as long as Dev has a way of doing it without having to harm the project in any way, we can create a pool that rewards the holders for BNB, or or even whatever they want to choose. Right? They can have an AVAX or Matic reward pools as well. That's a possibility. We can discuss about these things with more potential of being implemented after, I would say, 15 million market cap. These pools are actually really not that hard to create from project's growth perspective, but it all depends on the growth of the project. If we hit like 15 million, we can implement these things easily, no problem. In a couple of days, they'll be there.
Yeah, and I say that because I truly do see the project as a 15, 50, or even 100 million market cap project. And so right now it actually is the best value to get BlockBlend tokens. But then once it reaches a point where it settles, and then like JM2 said, it could become stagnant, but the revenue is still there because the actual utility is being used.
Exactly.
At that point, I could see it being useful to transition to just paying the BNB that the revenue brings in instead of giving out tokens.
I mean, like I said, if we hit 15, 20, 30, that's absolutely a big possibility, and why not? Definitely.
Hey, Osman, I do have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I want to say thank you for coming back to do a second AMA with us. Since then, you guys made a lot of progress, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm happy to be here again. You guys are our like first investors, by the way. And really from only this group, we have a lot of investors who were there at launch, and they've been holding since, and I appreciate everybody, and I'm glad you guys made money. And again, you guys know with the second AMA, we have a lot of things to come. And
Yeah.
this group will be one of the richest group, hopefully in the near future. I really hope.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate that. But yeah, no, for those that do not, do not know, we have a community pool going on, and our first pool ever, we decided to buy in BlockBlend, and we did 21x from it. So
That's
it's pretty
great.
amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, but since I have you on here, Osman, my question is, I had a chance to use your platform a couple of times. It went very smooth. Maybe I didn't spend enough time, or maybe I might have missed your presentation, but is there a way, and if there's a way, could you walk through with us on how to customize the amount that you want to bridge or send? Because I couldn't figure that out. I didn't spend much time on it, but if you can do that, if there's a way to show us, that'd be amazing.
Without connecting the wallet, you mean? So when you
customize the amount, like you see, like if I'm looking at the screen right now, I see 0.1, right? 1 BNB, 10 BNB. What if I want to go 0.5 BNB? Is there a way to do that?
No, the minimum amount will be 0.1. Yeah, 0.5 will be, yes. You go ahead and click custom, right? You have your wallet address here. Let's say BSC to Ethereum in this case, right? You just click next, right? Then you'll have a wallet generated by the platform, right? This is the wallet you're gonna send your BNB to, BSC, right? So your BSC address is here, and you basically go on your wallet and send whatever amount, minimum 0.1, maximum 50 BNB in this case. We're, by the way, gonna raise this to 100. Probably after 50 million market. We don't know. It depends on the volume.
Perfect.
But it's basically, you just click on custom, and you don't even have to connect your wallet in this case. With these amounts, you will have to connect your wallet, right?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Osman, can you go back to that custom screen really quick?
Right here.
Okay,
sorry,
perfect. So now let me go ahead and let's go back to that screen. Okay, so if you guys are looking at it right now, this is actually where the confusion was for me. So in that purple section there, you grab that address and using your wallet and send to that wallet of whatever amount you want, correct?
Yes. Let's say you have 23.3 BNB, right? You send it to this address, BSC, 23.3 BNB, and you receive on your destination wallet, which is this, right? In Ethereum. Simple as that.
Perfect. So that was where the confusion was for me, is that I didn't think that you have to grab the address and send it through your wallet. So by grabbing the address in that purple section, you can customize to pretty much any amount you want and send it to that. Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot.
That's correct.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you for asking it, so it clarifies it for other people too. So basically, like you said, you just grab this address and go on your wallet and send your BNB in this address and receive it with whichever token you choose, whichever coin you choose, right? In their native. These are native tokens, right? You're not getting a wrapped coin. This is a bridge. Let's say you choose Kronos, you input the Kronos address as a recipient here, you click next, you send BSC because you want the mixed BNB, and you send it to this address. Every time it's gonna be generated a new address, right? Right now it ends with 72, and you click again, and generate another one, right? And you send it to this address. You keep your recovery key in case your transaction takes a long time and you want to ask the admins and so on, and your recipient will be a Crow chain. And now you can add any amount between 0.1 to 50 BNB right now, and any amount, could be 33.5, whatever, and you'll be receiving the equivalent amount in the Kronos chain. All right.
That is amazing. I want to touch on that one more thing, Osman. If you guys are looking at the platform right now, notice that there's the button that says connect wallet. What that means is that you don't even have to connect your wallet to the website, which is amazing. So yeah, really nice future.
Definitely. Thank you. We are the first to implement that, so I like to talk about it too. Thanks to mention it again. But apart from that, some users just want to, use like 50 BNB and so on. They can just go ahead and connect their wallets for easier usage, but it's just not necessary with our platform. If you choose custom, you won't have to connect your wallet. You can go ahead and press next, and there will be a wallet generated, and you send your tokens to there, and you receive it in your destination for whatever blockchain you choose. In this case, it was Kronos. All right.
That is amazing. Thanks.
Thank you.
Perfect. Do we have any more questions? I'm going to start looking through the announcement channel and see if anybody has any questions written in there.
Real quick, I just have a comment.
Yep.
Hey, I just wanted to say I love this project, as you know, and fantastic job on this AMA. Hey, just in reference, absolutely. So I just wanted to say in reference to Seattle Crypto's recent question, I just made a video yesterday kind of detailing the process of bridging, and turns out it's about 7 steps if you use the custom wallet or the custom amount. If not, it's only about 5 steps. And I got this video, for people that have that question. It's only about a minute and 30 seconds long, and I just recommend all of us BBL believers, we should share it around. And yeah, I just wanted to just throw that out there.
Oh, thank you for that.
Crypto, I think that video is going to be very helpful. If you send us the video, we'll be more than happy to go ahead and pin it
Great.
On the channel. Plus, they also have a thread, announcement channel. So yeah, we'll put it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks a lot, man.
Anything, absolutely. Real quick, I just want to say anything I upload, I make sure I run by the team as well first. So I'm not just saying anything out there. But I think this last one I made was really helpful, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more and the future of BlockBlend. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
has been in there
as well.
He's been in the main BlockBlend for a minute, and he's been posting a lot of good videos on the project. So make sure to check out his stuff if you have any questions related to BlockBlend as well.
Definitely. And it's just 1 minute 38 seconds long, and you can go ahead and watch it on YouTube. You can just write how to bridge your crypto, and it probably shows up anyway. All right.
Yeah, get your referral code there too. Okay, I'll check them out now, guys.
There we go.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just going through the questions real quick. So if you guys have anything on voice chat you want to do, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody's question that's written down.
Yeah, I just wanted to announce something too. Your project's amazing as usual, and we're very thankful that you came back. But one of the things I did want to announce today that just happened during your AMA is we hit our first 100 participants. We got up to, I believe it was close to like 104, but we recorded our first 100 on our for the AMA. So that's amazing. That's the highest that we've had so far. We continue to grow, and it was great to have you actually a part of that, since you were our first pool that we contributed to as well. So it's only fitting, I guess.
Yeah, I'm always happy to talk, even if there's 30, 40 people, as long as there are people just like instead of bots, right? It's really valuable to bring, like even 10, 15 people into a project after an AMA. I'm really happy to see even 5. I don't care. As long as some people understood the potential of the project and, the utility and the value of this DeFi, and they come and invest and they make money, I'm happy. And they become anonymous with using the utility, I'm just happy, It's good to give this knowledge out to people, or most of the listeners right now already aware from the first AMA we had with the group. And thank you for joining again to, further your knowledge about this DeFi. And I thank you for everybody joining.
I want to touch on a little bit on that as well, Osman. And if you guys just came in just recently, and what Osman said earlier is that they have not spent any marketing money yet. just kind of put that in perspective, right now they're pretty much focusing on the utility, which I think, every real project out there, that's necessary, right? So imagine when the marketing kicks in and you say Osman at 10 million, is that correct? So yes. I think the upside for this project not only has the real utility, but marketing hasn't kicked in yet. So yeah, I mean,
definitely
doesn't take much to really put one on one together.
People in the group to like, just don't worry about like sales and whatever. We already have a price floor of like 6 million almost right now. Like at this level, it's really still a steal. Like it's really, really cheap for people who want to get in and think about a dip. Just buy and just forget about it for a while. And I'm pretty sure like and I don't like creating hype like this. Oh, you just buy in and you'll make money and stuff. But at this market cap, I'm just confident. So I don't advise, of course. I mean, they do their own research and stuff, but in my opinion, it would be safe still till I would even say around 50 million market cap, anywhere near maybe 50 still. Like you said, we didn't even push marketing hard. We're just developing. And, once people become aware, it's going to be a snowball effect. It's just a month. We have a couple more months to go.
Exactly. I think you hit it in the head. I think it's going to be a snowball effect for sure. It's just a matter of getting the name out, right? Raising awareness. I think that's it. The utility is there already. We all know that, and it's something that is necessary in the space. So, yeah, man, congrats, and I appreciate you guys being back here again, and good job.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
this. We did have a question in the announcement channel for you from one of our top members in Dorsey.
Is Roger here for just a second? Roger is still here. I needed to look if he's here.
I'm checking
Roger,
now.
I'm here.
Yeah, Roger, can you take over? I really need to go. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, you're good. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I just have an emergency right now. But yeah, thank you for everybody listening. Roger will take over for the last couple questions probably anyway. All right. Thank you again, everybody.
Thank you. All right, Roger. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's been very interesting watching your group grow so fast. Your numbers have almost doubled recently. Yeah. And
Roger, not only we've grown a lot, but I just want to touch.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think so.
While Seattle's getting back online, we did have a question from Dorsey. She did it, or she, I don't know, asked if if BlockBlend will be moving over to another chain besides Ethereum.
There's always the possibility, but we don't really want to grow that super fast. Ethereum blockchain is a big move for a project that's only weeks old. A lot of projects takes months and months before they decide to make such a big move. But to us, it is decided based on the basis that it is the correct one and going towards getting more investors in.
Yeah, I wanted to mention one more thing on the Ethereum chain. I kind of jumbled around my notes, but with you guys moving to the Ethereum blockchain for BlockBlend, I want people to understand why this is extremely important. So you already are on the Binance Smart Chain network, but when you move over to having dual networks, the cool thing that you guys did is you're still keeping the same token supply. So it doesn't matter if you buy on Binance or if you buy on the Ethereum network, you're using the same token supply. What that means is it's creating the scarcity, which brings token value up. So if you think about being hit from two different sides, that was an extremely strategic move that I think is pretty impressive to think it's at such a young project level.
That's one thing I wanted to interrupt earlier on, but I guess Osman was going on and I was listening with a lot of interest. You did ask about I think he did mention about the possibility of sending your funds out to 5 wallets. We do have the technology available, but at the present volume, it just doesn't justify yet to have that feature, because that technically means that the overhead of running the whole system more than doubles. So we will implement that once volume actually picks up, the blending picks up, then we can always implement that. And another thing that I want to bring up is a little trick that maybe not many people know of. Like, for example, if you are going to send, let's say, 50 BNB to somebody, and you do not want them to know where you're sending your funds from. For a large amount, like 50 BNB, if they know roughly your wallet addresses, what you're dealing with, and what projects you're in, they may be able to track you down. Okay, so there's a little trick that you can do is, if you set your timer to longer than 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, you can basically send to that wallet address that you have customized from any number of wallets up to the maximum amount we allow. So people will be, that guy will be receiving 50 BNB from multiple wallets, and he'll never know where it's coming from.
Yeah, I think that's a really great feature, and that was a very good thing to bring up. It's very smart.
Okay, I think somebody had a question.
Yeah, Kryptonic, you have a question?
Hey, hello.
Hello, you're
Go
the
ahead.
one who asking about woodchuck.
I just have a quick question. I'm a big fan of BlockBlend, and I've actually been following your project, right from the days of James Pelton and AMA you guys did. So the only question I do have is just as regards to the security part of I know there's so many genius plans that you guys have actually put out there, which is actually up and running. So I mean, is there a way you guys are planning to get like a static audit or something? I know you guys already have one audit in, so just like to solidify, you know, the whole platform thing. I don't know if I'm asking the right question. Thank you.
Yeah, our contract is audited, and if you're talking about certain audit, our smart contract is not renounced for certain reasons, and you should know, if you're being crypto for a while, renouncing contract is never always the best idea nowadays, because you're stuck with what you have. And as far as I know, certain audit is never friendly to contracts that are not renounced. So there's basically no point of doing it.
Oh yeah, okay. So I mean, just something I was just curious about. So yeah, aside from that, I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, and I know this is just the beginning of where BlockBlend is going. I've been speaking the word out there, and hopefully, move to the bigger level. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks, Mickey. Do we have any other questions from the group?
I had a quick question. Roger, have you guys considered doing a compounding option on the staking pools to reduce the gas fees of having to claim the rewards and then, restaking?
When we actually started, when throwing ideas all around, it was one of the feature that we almost wanted to do, but then we figured that BSC gas fees are relatively cheap, for you to harvest and compound is only going to cost pennies. And there will definitely be a lot of questions and FUD going around saying that I didn't get to harvest and it gets compounded. I'm forced into compounding and then stuck with another 30 days. So at the end of the day, we chose to let the user have the freedom to whether to harvest and compound or just to harvest.
Sorry, guys. I'm back. I just had to deal with something really important. Just Roger touched that point. I was thinking, honestly, I heard one guy talking about that. He's creating different wallets and he's putting his harvest there and putting it back in the pool. That way, it doesn't trigger, the 30-day pool again. If that makes sense. If you guys really don't want to, wait for 30 days again, and you want to just compound your harvest, you can just simply do what he does. Send it to another wallet, your BBL. There's no transaction tax or whatever. It's free to transact BBL. So you can just use that and compound that way. That way it won't trigger the pool again.
Perfect. Thank you for that suggestion. Do we have any other questions in the chat?
Yeah, I got a question real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, just real quick. Are there with the launching of the BBL on Ethereum, is it going to be a pre-sale or just going to go ahead and launch it to like a fair launch kind of situation?
There might be maybe a private sale for liquidity, but apart from that, I'm not sure just yet, if there's going to be a pre-sale. I'm not even sure about the private sale, but I'm just saying it might, because we'll need the liquidity after all, right? So there might be a pre-sale or a private sale, right? So that'll be announced for sure, at least a couple days or even a week prior to the Ethereum bridge, right, Roger?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I just want to make a comment, dude. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. There was a need in the crypto space for this kind of utility, just for the anonymous transactions and with everything that's going on. So I do appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep it up.
Thank you for just using the platform, like even keeping yourself safe. I just love people who are just in crypto and know about this type of DeFi, and just as long as they want to keep themselves safe, this project will be successful anyway, right? So
I think we had one more person trying to ask a question. If you guys have a question, go for it. All right. If that's it for questions, Osman, I'd like you to end with a 2-3 minute, basically sell yourself. Tell us why you believe it's important that we should buy into BlockBlend and what makes you guys special.
Yes, we pretty much mentioned all the points, but I'm gonna wrap it up. Given that most of the cryptocurrency market combined, it's still actually having a nice run up, our project, right, at the moment, and that we have excellent utilities here. To send crypto to another wallet address and do it anonymously is becoming like more and more needed for us to use in the future, as some countries plan to crack down on the ability to remain anonymous behind all transactions, right? Being anonymous is really one of the big reasons cryptocurrency was, first invented, or at least I think so, as well as being decentralized, right? And in my mind, once you start stripping away the reasons why crypto was created in the first place, you start to devalue it from its original reason. It's being so successful already, so it needs to stay, always have the ability to remain anonymous if someone chooses to, right? For example, what if you wanted to make a donation or whatever, like it's just a simple example, to remain anonymous, then BlockBlend would be a fantastic for something like that. There's actually thousands of legitimate reasons someone would want to remain anonymous behind a transaction, like a whale doesn't want to show his wallet information, or people just want to get rid of this KYC's, shackles. They just want to be free with their money and don't want people to know about it. The competition, out there, I believe, haven't filled or even fully utilized all of the available space for a project like ours to exist. There is plenty of room for us to coexist with the competition and still grow substantially before we overtake them by working together at marketing strategies, spreading positive information, informative posts about us on popular social media channels, etc. Right? And like I said, we didn't even really start marketing. We've been developing mostly and trying to explain, some valuable investors like yourselves why our project is gonna excel. Already excelled most of the ones we have for the same type of utility. And we keep giving the same example with Tornado Cash. They've been sitting around 400 million, for a while now, and that's their price support level right now. And we'll definitely with this utility, we are worthy, more than worthy of that market cap, and we can absolutely reach it. I believe it logically, rationally, because of the utility we have. As long as we get to use it, and use the marketing sources, effectively, we can definitely put our name out there and for people to realize we're better than Tornado, for example. And therefore people gonna come for the better security, better anonymity to our platform, and we can definitely have this potential success, and we're gonna feel it, and make it reality. And team won't stop until that happens. And it might take a year, I just believe after 6-7 months we'll be sitting around 100 million market cap, but don't quote me on that. I mean, I can't predict future, but that's just my rational belief because of the utility we have and the plan of marketing. I think we'll be successful with that. I'm almost certain anything less than 100 million market cap here would be an insult to this project, the usefulness of the utility being offered, and as well as to all us investors here. Just keep the diamond hands strong by believing in the project for again, rational reasoning, and by using staking pools to earn passive income. How long it would take to reach that market cap, I'm not sure exactly, but cryptocurrency is here for a very long time, and with the right community attitude and some great marketing plans, we can easily pass 100 million market cap. And I think we will do it faster than people might think. And I'll just leave it at that. And hopefully people, especially the new people who listen to this AMA, take some note and learn something about this DeFi. And definitely come to our chat if they have more questions. And we, us admins, will be there to help them out. And thank you for your time listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Osman and Roger. You guys did awesome today. So this is JM2 once again with USA Crypto, and we want to remind everybody this is not financial advice. It is always important to do your own research. If you like what you hear, like Osman said, please head over to BlockBlend. We'll be posting their link in our main chat, and you can ask any questions if you have something. If you were uncomfortable talking with them or you just didn't want to speak on the VC, that's no problem. Head over there. They're very helpful. They've been a very friendly community with helping new people figure out how to use their program and access everything. So once again, not financial advice. Do your own research. But this has been AMA with BlockBlend. Remember, we don't eat our food whole. We would like to blend it. Anyways, you guys have a good one. We're going to pass it over to Mike, and he's going to go over the prize rewards. Thanks, guys.